WrestleMania Night 2, baby! It just didn't hit the same. It just didn't hit the same as Night 1, man. That sucks. Man, that sucks. I was looking forward to tonight so much. It had to have been amazing. But it wasn't. It was not. I'm sorry. Night 1 was so good to me. I thought that Night 1 was incredible, almost from start to finish. Tonight, man, the first large chunk of the show was not good. It was not good. I definitely see why they kicked off the show with the Fiend taking on Randy Orton, though. I certainly see why that happened. I thought it was kind of weird, but it all makes sense. All makes sense. And My predictions, they're trash. My predictions are trash for tonight. Last night I got all of them right except one. And tonight I think I only got like 2 right. 3 right. I got 3 out of 7 right. Whew. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. But you know what? We're going to keep up the same energy tonight. I'm still going to have a blast tonight. Hopefully you guys had a blast. Hopefully some of you were able to enjoy the show as well. We are here. We are going to have a great time tonight as well. Thank you guys so much for the support on the last show as well. I can't thank you guys enough. It was incredible. Thank you guys so much. So tonight we're going to have another great night, and we're going to talk about this show, man. We're going to talk about this show. We're not going to do a lot of diddle-daddling around before. We'll hang out for a little bit, and then we will get into the show pretty quickly here and see where we're at. Jaden says, I think this could still be a reason on why to keep the show one night. It would have been better and kept the momentum, but tonight did feel pretty slow, and my predictions went to shit. Yeah, mine too, man. Mine did too. Jeremy says, and watch, it's going to be Edge versus Roman at WrestleMania Backlash. Man. WrestleMania Backlash. Marcel says, the Tribal Chief carried the show again. Yeah, the main event was great. I loved the main event. It was really good. Main event was great. Like I said, in my predictions video, I believe I said this last night on stream. Whoever won this match, it was all good for me. I didn't care. I didn't care if it was Roman Reigns retaining. I didn't care if it was Edge winning. I didn't care if it was Daniel Bryan winning. I think all the outcomes could be good. So I really didn't care. I think Roman Reigns retaining makes a lot of sense. You know, Vince fought so hard to get Roman Reigns in the position that he is in today. So why take it away? Why take it away from him? He's in that top spot. He's killing it. He's the best thing in WWE. So why take it away from him? I completely understand. Punk says Commander Aziz, baby. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Jeremy says nothing special really happened tonight. Yeah, there were no big debuts, no big returns, nothing. No Jimmy Uso. Every single time there's an event and Jey Uso or Roman Reigns are in the main event, everyone says, Jimmy Uso, he's coming back. Don't worry. It's fine that we've seen this match 7 times. Jimmy Uso's going to be there. Don't worry. It's okay. Jimmy Uso, he's going to be at the show tonight. No Jimmy Uso in sight. No new music for Roman Reigns either. I really thought that this would have been the perfect time to debut some new music for Roman Reigns. They did it randomly for Father Rollins, so I thought, kind of makes sense. But no, no big returns, nothing. And the one return, Dabba-Kato, they pretended like they had no clue who he was, even though we've seen him plenty of times on Raw Underground, and they made a huge point in making him seem like a beast and being very tall and unstoppable. So how you would forget someone like that, I don't quite understand. Maybe it's because he has a new name and they're just like, oh, I don't know. I have no idea. Flash says, good night, AOW. I had this feeling that night 1 was booked by Triple H and NXT team. Night 2 was booked by Bruce Pritchard and the Raw team. Yeah, man. Night 1 was so good. Night 1 literally hyped me up so much for night 2. I'm like, you know what? Night 2 is going to be incredible. The Raw after WrestleMania, that shit's going to slap too. SmackDown's going to slap. Like, we're on the right track here. Everything is going to be so good. And we just derailed. Completely derailed tonight. Ashton says, F in the chat for the Fiend. Yeah, that's the first thing that we're going to talk about, of course, when we get to this show, because it was the first match. But I think there's a lot to say about the Fiend. A lot to say. And I don't quite understand, if you guys want to talk about it now, we could just jump right into it. I don't really care. The Fiend. So many people seem to think that this is not Bray Wyatt. Why? Why do people think that this is not Bray Wyatt? Can someone explain that to me? I heard someone say something about a neck tattoo. But other than that, I don't understand. I'm not very familiar with Bray Wyatt's tattoos and where they are and all of that stuff. I'm not sure, so I can't speak on that. But the body, I feel like no one else has the body of Bray Wyatt. No one else. He's bigger on top and his legs are smaller. This is the body of Bray Wyatt. So I don't see why people think that this is Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas does not look like this. Bo Dallas is not built like Bray Wyatt. Sure, he looks like he's lost a little bit of weight, but there is no way that this is Bo Dallas. There's no way. And you know, if this was Bo Dallas, let's say that everyone's right, okay? Let's assume that everyone is right and this is not actually Bray Wyatt. Well, one, why is it someone else? And two, how is that someone else the Fiend? Because the Fiend is Bray Wyatt. So are we saying that Bray Wyatt died in the fire and that the Fiend took over someone else's body to come back? Maybe. But there's no way. There is no way this is not Bray Wyatt. There's no way. There is no one else shaped like this in the entire world. This is the Bray Wyatt shape right here. Matt Plays says Bray Wyatt's chest has tattoos and the Fiend tonight didn't have chest tattoos. That's because the Fiend was wearing a shirt with a bulletproof vest looking thing over the top of it. He was not showing skin. And, you know, some people are saying that, oh, he wasn't showing skin because they wanted to cover up his tattoos because it's not him. And I just don't see it. I don't see it. So I'm just kind of interested in seeing if someone can elaborate onto why someone actually thinks this is not Bray Wyatt, because I just don't get it. I don't get it. It looks like Bray Wyatt to me. The shape screams Bray Wyatt to me and all of that. Like I said, I'm not familiar with his neck tattoo or anything like that, but it sounded like Bray Wyatt too, because you could hear him scream yowie wowie. You could hear him say a couple of things in this match as well. So I don't get it. And either way, if this is the Fiend, if this is Bo Dallas being the Fiend, if this is your mom being the Fiend, I don't care who is in this costume. This match was terrible. And this match was completely unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. Why would you bring back the Fiend just to have him lose? Sure, I get the story, right? The story is that Alexa went full Sister Abigail or whatever it was, and she has control over him. She stunned him, yada, yada, yada. That's fine and dandy. That's cool. I get the story, right? But why not do it after the win? Why couldn't he win first? And They Call Me Nova says, one RKO beat the monster that kicked out of 10 curb stomps. One RKO. That was it. Ashton loses to one RKO. Isn't that the same guy who kicked out of 15 plus curb stomps? I don't get it. Marcel says the Fiend did a Brody tribute at least. Yes, I saw that. That was great. You know, we haven't seen the Fiend since Brody Lee's passing, it's crazy. It's crazy. They were very close, so it was very nice to see him do something like that. And I just don't get it. I just don't understand. I don't understand where we are. I get that, you know, WWE Backlash, man. Okay. It's coming. So of course this continues till at least WWE Backlash, which is the next, or sorry, not WWE Backlash, WrestleMania Backlash, which is the next pay-per-view. So really, we have 4 nights of WrestleMania. Friday Night SmackDown was WrestleMania Night 1. Night 1 of WrestleMania was technically Night 2. Night 2 of WrestleMania was technically Night 3. And now we have WrestleMania Backlash, which is going to be Night 4. Marcel says, dude, there is a video going viral about how the crowds booed the shit out of the Fiend match ending. Yeah, and okay, this is something else that I want to talk about since you brought it up. Why is WWE changing the crowd reaction to things? Did you guys notice that? Did you guys notice WWE piping in the cheers for the segments that were being booed? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I am not a fan of that. And now, you know what? They're going to have complete control. Complete control over everything. There's no shame for using the fake crowd noise. Oh, man. You could tell, like, even last night, when Hulk Hogan came out, it was cheers. But if you watch, someone posted a video of Hulk Hogan coming out, and it was boos. Boos across the board. And tonight, you could tell they were having a little bit of a hard time timing it. Every single time that Hulk Hogan grabbed the mic and was saying something, the crowd booed. So you heard a boo, like, very faintly before you started hearing the loud chants. Let's not make this a thing. I do not want to see this be a thing. Do not change the crowd reaction. Please, for the love of God. Like, if you want to do it in post for your YouTube videos or whatever the hell it is, but don't do it live, man. Don't do it live. Like, if you're going to make everything fake, you might as well just film these and just release them as episodes. What's the point? What's the point? What's even the point of the WWE universe anymore if our voices aren't being heard? If they're just going to alter them on the live feed? That's crazy to me. I can't get over how crazy that is. To alter the crowd noise. Man. Bob says, I got an ad for Mania when I clicked on your video. That's weird. That's really weird. Jeremy says, did the actual crowd boo Roman? Yeah, it sounded like it. Yeah. Yes. Bob says the Bellas got booed. Yeah, they got booed like crazy. Absolutely crazy. MH says, Bayley was so entertaining. Yeah, it was really nice to see her on the show. It was nice to see her come out and get that pyro and all that good stuff. That was great. I did not have the Bella twins beating up Bayley on my bingo card for today, so that was interesting. That was very interesting. Matthew says, has Bray ever gone over Orton? Yeah, he's beaten Orton a couple times, hasn't he? As the Fiend? Not sure how many times, but we can find out right now, I guess, if you want to know. The Fiend. Let's see here. Matches. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton ends in a no contest. Damn. Actually, no. The answer is no. The Fiend has not beat Randy Orton. Damn, I didn't know that. Let me search and make sure that I'm not like skipping over it. Randy Orton defeats the Fiend. Randy Orton defeats the Fiend. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton ended in no contest. Yeah, no. No, he has not. Wow. That's crazy. Why do I feel like the Fiend has beaten Randy Orton? Weird. That's really weird. Ashley says the Fiend match can be summed up in 6 words. A stupid idea from bad creative. To me, look, you can agree, you can disagree. The Fiend is dead. The Fiend is dead, man. The Fiend has been dead. When did the Fiend die? I mean, the Fiend has never recovered since... Where's the day? What is the date? February 27th, 2020 is the day that the Fiend died. February 27th, 2020 is the day that the Fiend died. Special shout out for that from our great friend Goldberg. He's never recovered. He's never recovered from that. Wow. And was this Miz stuff before? Yeah, his feud with the Miz was before. Wow, man. Oh my, that is crazy. No Hacks, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. Keo says Super Showdown 2020. Yes. James says, can you please read my comment? Just post it again because the chat is moving very fast today. I can't see them all. So go ahead and just repost it and I'll look out for it. The Sane Gamer says the Fiend died when Goldberg destroyed him. Yep, he has never recovered from that, unfortunately. There's a couple of times where I thought that I'm like, all right, cool. The Fiend is back. Let's go. Here's a rebirth. And they just continue to fumble it every single time. So James says this is the first WrestleMania where both world titles were retained since 3 years ago at WrestleMania 34. Last night, first WrestleMania since the heel retained the WWE Championship since 2011. Crazy. Thank you for that information. That's crazy to hear. I'm sure there's a lot of crazy statistics for tonight. I saw that this is the first time that John Cena hasn't been on a WrestleMania card since like forever ago. I can't remember the actual date, but it's years and years. The Gifted One said, who won the Universal Championship? Roman Reigns retained. Vance says, hello. Are you reading my chat? There are like 50 chats pending. What do you mean pending? I don't see like pending things, but if I miss it, go ahead and post it again. The chat is scrolling very fast, so I'm trying to get to as many as I can. I apologize. MH says Tamina and Natalya deserved better. They pulled out a good match. I'm shocked. I am shocked that Natalya and Tamina could not pull it off and beat Shayna Baszler and Big. Man, it's crazy. Kenny says, what's happening tomorrow on Raw? Who knows, man? Pretty much anything that happened tonight on the Raw brand, we're probably going to be seeing a rematch of exactly what rematch of exactly everything that we saw tonight. Marcelo says, oh my god, Roman tapped again in the main event. We missed it. I saw someone say that, but I didn't see it. Miley Man says, I don't get why people would boo Hogan, and don't give me that, oh, it's because we're tired of seeing legends like Goldberg and the Bella Twins or any other legend. It's because of the racist things that he has said. A lot of people don't feel like his apology was sincere. And that's a lot of people that feel like his apology was just a bunch of bullshit. I get it. I understand. And they keep trying to do this stuff where they put him with someone like Titus to just be like, oh, he's not racist. Look at him. This is Hulk Hogan. He's hanging out with Titus. Like, how could he ever hang out with Titus if he was racist? I mean, treating us like we're 3 years old is ridiculous. Like, we know that you could just put it on for a show. Like, come on. It's time to just take Hulk Hogan off of our TVs. We're done. We're done with it. If someone on your TV is getting booed in the crowd and you have to alter the sounds for them on your live feed, that's a wrap. Just call it a day. Just call it a day, bro. It's over. We don't need it anymore. And to be honest with you, he provided no real value to the show anyways. Nothing. Titus would have been completely fine in that role by himself. And you know what? They even added Bayley to a lot of the segments here. They could have just had Titus and Bayley. Titus and Bayley would have just been perfectly fine as our two hosts for the show. It would have made a lot more sense. They could have done a ding dong hello segment as well. But to me, at the end of the day, why do you even need a host for WrestleMania? What are they really doing? Not really anything. Marcel says hosts aren't needed. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Fly says not to throw hate or bash anyone, but people who say they are boycotting WWE, just do it. Don't need to announce it to the world. Yeah, I would agree on that. I completely agree. Like no one cares. Just exit, you know? Oh no, I'm buffering. No, buffer not now, not on WrestleMania. Not on WrestleMania. Come on. Marcel says, can we talk about a lot of the matches being hella short? Yeah, I do want to talk about that as well. It felt like a lot of the matches tonight were very rushed, very short for what they were. Oh, do they already have them up? Well, I'll be damned. They do. So whenever we stop dropping frames here, we'll talk about it. Wow. Most of the matches were under 10 minutes or around 10 minutes. Elver says your stream is lagging. Yeah, I'm dropping frames. The stupid OBS, man. I don't know why it's doing it. Come on, OBS. Get with the times, man. Get with the times. How's it going, Anthony? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Nova says the storm is here. What do you mean, the storm? Are you talking about my buffering? Leroy says the new background is such good shit. Yeah, this is my WrestleMania Night 2 background. I like to have different backgrounds for each event. They Call Me Nova says we have to delay the show for 10 minutes. Get the interviews. Let's go. Why am I still dropping frames? This is crazy. Man. How annoying. It seems to be showing fine on my end when I have the stream up, but I don't know. Van says, I think the main event was 30 minutes long. The main event was 21 minutes and 41 seconds long. I can tell you that. I have it right here in front of me. Rocco says, I swear the promos and entrances were longer than the matches. 100% for some of them. Yes, I do agree completely. Swayze says, do you think a face Seth Rollins could beat Roman Reigns? Maybe. It's very possible. It is very, very, very possible. I don't know what's next for Roman Reigns. I have no clue, man. No clue. Dalton says, do you think they will bring fans back to us to surprise us tomorrow night? Nope. There will not be fans tomorrow. We are going right back to the Thunderdome. That's a wrap for the fans, so I hope we all enjoyed it while we did. It's back to that fake ass 2K crowd noise tomorrow for Raw. So, they better bring the heat tomorrow. I swear to God, Raw better bring the heat after all of this. Hoodie says the women's division for Raw and SmackDown needs a reset button. Yes, they really do. It is time to reset those divisions. We have two new champions at the top of the women's division on both Raw and SmackDown. It is time for a change. Rhea Ripley was able to capture the Raw Women's Championship tonight, and last night Bianca Belair was, of course, able to capture the SmackDown Women's Championship. Marcel says Cesaro versus Roman. Apparently, I would love to see Cesaro versus Roman. I would love to see it. MJ says, I'm appreciate this pay-per-view because I already have a feeling that Raw and SmackDown will continue to be atrocious for the next months until crowds come back. Yep. I would not expect a change in Raw or SmackDown for the next month. At least. When they announced WrestleMania Backlash, I knew it was a wrap. JBOJ says Roman still get booed by the crowd. It's such a shame, but it plays into everything perfectly. It plays into it perfect. That's what I'm tying it to. I think the crowd is participating, and I think that they're doing what WWE wants them to do by booing Roman. That's my guess. I don't think the fans are actually hate Roman in this position. I mean, how could you? I saw first says, I finally seen a Nigerian drum match. A Nigerian drum fight. Boy, are we going to talk about that. Nigerian drum fight. And you want to know what? That match lasted 6 minutes and 49 seconds. You want me to go down the runtime for the show here? Let me tell you. Let me tell you really, really quick. I'll tell you every single match, and I will tell you how long they went for, and then we're just gonna start right in. We're gonna start right into the show. I would like to get out of here around an hour and a half. So I want to get this show started as quickly as we can. I am swamped tonight. I have a ton of work that I have to do. So to start off the show, Randy Orton defeated The Fiend in 5 minutes and 54 seconds. 5 minutes, 54 seconds. Next up was the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszer defeated Natalya and Tamina in 14 minutes and 18 seconds. Kevin Owens defeated Sami Zayn in 9 minutes and 16 seconds. Sheamus defeated Matt Riddle to become the new WWE United States Champion in 10 minutes and 51 seconds. Apollo Crews defeated Big E to become the new Intercontinental Champion in 6 minutes and 49 seconds. Rhea Ripley defeated Asuka to become the new Raw Women's Champion in 13 minutes and 27 seconds. Edge defeated both Daniel Bryan and Edge to retain his Universal Championship in 21 minutes and 41 seconds. Not very long. Not very long at all. Lots of short matches. I can't believe that the Nigerian drum match was 6 minutes and 49 seconds. That's crazy. Also, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn being one of the shorter matches of the night is kind of crazy as well. 9 minutes and 16 seconds. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Obi James says 6 months for 6 month feud for a 5 minute match, right? But it's the story. It's the story. Corey says Edge should have won the replacement title he never lost 10 years ago today. Yeah, you know, I said Edge beat Daniel Bryan and Edge. Did I really? Well, Roman Reigns did. My bad. Words are hard. You know what? You know what's even harder than words? Reading. Reading is hard as well. Roman Reigns defeated both Daniel Bryan and Edge to retain his Universal Championship in 21 minutes and 41 seconds. My apologies. Elver says since Roman retained tonight, he'll probably hold on to the title until next year's Mania. And I think either Big E or Cesaro should dethrone him in the main event. I'm down for that. I'd be down for that. I don't mind. They need to figure out something other to do with Roman Reigns, though. It's getting old. It's still entertaining for the most part, but it's getting old, man. Like having Jey Uso just interfere in every single thing possible and having Jey Uso lose everything possible. It's not connecting. It's not connecting anymore. Eve says, are you doing segment length to length or bell to bell? I believe this is bell to bell. I believe this is from Cage Match, by the way. Cage Match. I saw first says AOW. Did you just say that Big O match had the second longest runtime of the event? Yeah. Yep. Yes, I did. Apparently. Yep. That's crazy, dude. Anthony says you have Edge winning the Rumble just to lose. What a comeback story. I called off work just to watch this. Ooh. Yeah, that's brutal, man. I saw someone else say that they bought Peacock tonight to watch it because they heard night one was so good, and yeah. Marcel says, oh yeah, you know what was the most brutal thing about the Rhea versus Asuka match? The live performance. Yeah. I thought that was brutal as well. I wasn't a fan of that live performance. Not at all. No siree, not for me. No. Van says, hey, you know what? What? I do not know what. What? Bob says matches felt like they were cut short. Yeah, they, to have Apollo Crews and Big E feud for all of this time, to have their match only be less than 7 minutes long seemed really off. Very off. Fly says match of the night is definitely the main event, without a doubt, by far. I don't think anything else got close to it. The Gifted One says, just know that Friday night is just going to be the same. Yeah, probably. Probably. WWE Emoji says, after I saw the result of Randy Orton versus The Fiend, all of my hype was gone. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I was like, I'm done. I don't want to watch the rest of the show. Then I saw that the next match was the tag team, or the women's tag team one, and I was like, man, come on. Clayton, my friend, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you managed to enjoy the show tonight if you could. Marcel says it was Cody and Downstate all over again. Yeah, that didn't sound good either. His sounded really, really bad. That was crazy. I don't know if it's just that they don't know how to mic people up correctly for bands since they're wrestling and stuff like that. I'm not sure, but it doesn't really come off that great. It doesn't. Private says, I was so confused about the Randy match. You and me both, brother. All of us. Van says, you didn't read my full comment, but you read my incomplete comment. That's why the shows you decide not to watch due to some reason turns out to be a great one. Yeah, that's true. That's why I always watch them. Because I know if I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to watch this show, everyone's going to tell me that it was the best show in the world, and then I'm going to be pissed, and then I'm going to have to go back and watch it, and then I'm going to be excited for the next one, and it's just going to be bad. Richard says, this would be perfect to bring Brock in, but we all know that's not going to happen. I know. You know, there were a lot of people thinking that Becky Lynch was going to show up tonight. A lot of people thinking that Brock Lesnar was going to show up tonight as well, but no. The Cannibal Chicken says, can you see me? Of course I can see you. What are you doing, man? Of course. I can see you right here. Van says, okay, so TakeOver or WrestleMania? I would say WrestleMania Night 1 was my favorite. WrestleMania Night 1 was my favorite out of all four of the shows. I saw first says, why those damn Elmos put their hands on Bailey? Yeah, that was interesting. That was interesting. Brady says, what are your thoughts on Edge? They have to give him one more shot, right? I'm not sure. I could have swore they would have. I feel like the stars aligned perfectly to put the strap on Edge tonight. I think it would have been perfect. It's 10 years ago to the day. To the day. There's not a better time. Not a better time. Mario says, can you see me? Of course I can see you. Of course. That's how this works, right? Nova says, I noticed WWE loves the military generals. Yeah. Commander Aziz or whatever. Let me see here. I saw something that I wanted to read, but now I can't find it. Bosley says, the Hardy Boys' dad passed away. Yes. The Hardy Boys' dad did pass away, so rest in peace to him. That's very sad. I hope that Matt and Jeff are doing fine. I think this is the reason for Jeff's absence in WrestleMania, but I can't quite be certain about that. Marcel says, dude, the Jericho interview is wild. So I've seen about the first 30 minutes of it. I wasn't quite expecting it to be 2 hours long. So I'm going to finish it up tonight after the stream while I'm working. I'm excited to see it. I've loved everything I've seen about it so far. It was great. So like I said, I'm about 30 minutes in. About 30 minutes in. Manish says, do you think Roman winning was the right outcome? I think all three of them would have been the right outcome. I don't think there was a wrong choice tonight. Me personally, I would have chose Edge. That's me personally. But like I said, I don't think that there's a wrong choice. Hoodie says the hype for next pay-per-view, it will be awful. It is. WrestleMania Backlash, man. Oh, man. I can't get over it. Mario says, do you think Drew should dethrone Roman in the future? I wouldn't be against something like that if there was a shakeup. Sure. I would love to see, at the end of the day, what I really want to see is Cesaro be the WWE or Universal Champion. I don't care which one it is. I don't care how he gets there. I just want to see it. That's all. Clayton says, it's like Hunter booked night 1 and Vince booked night 2, right? It really is. It really is. I was surprised to see so many title changes as well. It really was. Manish says no hype for Backlash. No, it's retired. I'm retiring the no hype series for pay-per-views. No hype for WrestleMania was the last one. Jimmy Chunga says, which main event was better, Bianca and Sasha or Roman Bryan Edge? That's a difficult one. That's a really difficult one. I don't know. I enjoyed both of them. Chef says, good night, AOW. See you tomorrow. Thank you, man, for tuning in. Hopefully you have a good rest of your night, my friend. Pleasure to see you. Gyro says, did you notice the next pay-per-view name, WrestleMania Backlash? Yes. Terrible. Samurai says, what's wrong with the WrestleMania Backlash name? The thing that is wrong with it is that they are going to continue everything that they've been doing to lead into WrestleMania. So all of these matches, all of these feuds that you've been seeing for the past couple of months, you're going to see them drag out at least 4 more weeks. So expect to see a lot more rematches and expect to see a lot of WrestleMania rematches on that WrestleMania Backlash card as well. I'm not looking forward to it at all. Van says, hey, AOW, look, the WrestleMania is over. You know what you could do? Watch Money Heist. Yeah, I could. It's going to be so nice now that WrestleMania week is over. But, it's kind of, things have changed. Things are changing now. So now we have Raw on Mondays. We have NXT on Tuesdays. We have Dynamite on Wednesday. I'll have the day off on Thursdays. And then Friday, I'll be here for SmackDown. So, there's almost going to be a post show every single day of the week, except for Thursday. Clayton, the specialist, with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. He says they better justify the Fiend and Alexa tomorrow. I don't think they can, man. I don't think they can. I don't think they could do it. I'm tuning in, of course. I always watch, so I'll be interested in seeing what they have to say and what they have to do with it. But I don't know, man. I don't know if people are checking for the Fiend anymore. But thank you so much for your super chat, man. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a disciple as well. And guess what? You know what I did? I fixed them. The woos are back in the building. Gyro says, sorry, OW, you forgot Impact is moving to Thursday. I don't watch Impact, though. I don't watch Impact. So I'm going to have to at some point because of the AEW crossover stuff with the Kenny Omega and all of that. But I'm not doing it on a weekly basis. Not yet. I can't do it. I need some time off. I don't know. I've been considering not watching at least Raw. I've thought about kicking Monday Night Raw out of my rotation. Maybe still man, I don't even want to cover it if I'm being honest with you. I don't know. So I might play around with some things post WrestleMania. I don't know exactly what those changes are going to be, but I do want to create more content. So I want to do a lot of more of those championship things that I posted with Big E defending and the list of champions. I want to do a lot more of those by the numbers things with all of that. I want to do a lot more statistics things. I want to do some creative ideas. I want to make more videos as well too. So I might experiment here and there with some things. So I might change things up a little bit to see how they go. But like I said, I'm not quite sure what that looks like yet. Oh, the money's still... The money is still... You know why the money is still falling? It's because we are all going to the moon. That's why. I forgot to turn the money off. Brady says, where would you rank Edge amongst the all-time greats? Love your videos, by the way. Thank you, man. Pretty high up, I guess, I would assume. But my greats are probably a lot different than everyone else's. A lot different. Ashton says, who'd want to waste 3 hours of their life watching Raw? Exactly my point. Exactly. Everyone's like, oh, I'm so glad that you watched this show so I don't have to. And I'm like, damn, bro, what do I have to do to not watch this show too. Like, I don't want to watch it either. Like, damn, what am I doing? What am I doing? So like I said, I might change things up a little bit. I don't know what that is. And I might do just like a random test, maybe for a week, or maybe just a random test for just one single episode. One of the things that I want to do that I want to add is that I want to have actual reviews, because a lot of the times when we do these post shows, we're just kind of hanging out and we're just kind of chatting, and there's nothing wrong with that. I enjoy just hanging out and chatting with you guys, but you know, I kind of feel bad for the people that are like, hey, I see this Monday Night Raw post show thing, this review, and I kind of want to watch it, and it's 2 hours long, and then we're talking about like Fall Guys and me cooking steaks and Baron Corbin not being able to cook steaks, and they're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, so I kind of want to try out doing like short review videos, maybe like between 5 to 10 second or 5 to 10 seconds long, 5 to 10 minutes long or something like that. Like, I kind of want to play with those. And Anthony asked a great question here. He said, when are you going to make a video talking about what they need to fix Raw? That's a video that I've had on my mind for quite a while. Like, I have some notes written down for that one. And usually like when I do videos and stuff like that, I just shoot them straight. Like, I don't have a script. I don't write anything down. I just speak and then I just edit them. So I want to do stuff like that as well. You know, a lot of people ask me why I'm so critical of WWE all the time. So I really want to make a video of that as well, just kind of discussing why. And then I can just tell those people to shut the hell up and just go watch the video and leave me alone as well. So Vance says you can give your IG account to someone you trust and let them cover that 3-hour trash. I could. I mean, it's certainly an idea. You can have, so Instagram on, if you have an Instagram business page, you have to have a Facebook page as well and link them together. And you can actually give someone permission to post on those. So it's something that I've considered doing as well. We'll see though. I kind of want to make another account that's just purely for results as well, where it's just like Matt Riddle or Sheamus defeated Matt Riddle for the United States Championship. There's no opinions. There's nothing involved. Kind of like just a legit feed. And I want to do like WWE, Impact, AEW, and that's like AEW Dark, Elevation, that's Impact, that's New Japan, like just literally everything. Ashton Brooks with the $5 Canadian super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. I got the woos fixed, so here I'm gonna give you 5 woos, my friend. 5 woos for you. There we go. Thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate you so much. Thank you for the super chat. You guys are insane. Thank you so much for the support. I greatly appreciate you guys. James says, here's my comment about WrestleMania Backlash. Would be real, get that pepper off there, because we don't want the word WrestleMania added to the Backlash name. Get the WrestleMania off there. Yes, please get it off there. Ashley says, had to do it for the woos. Yes, anything for the woos. Oh, I didn't mean to push that one. I didn't mean to push that button. Punk says, last year, the greatest wrestling match ever, and this year, WrestleMania Backlash. That's right. Wow, it will almost been like an entire year since Edge returned, right? That's crazy. Philip says, can you scroll up about my comment? No, just post it again. Just post it again. I'll look out for it. Van says, not me, dude. I would like to sleep. I don't want to wake up at 5 a.m. just to watch that 3-hour trash. Oh, God, dude. There's no way I could do that. To wake up that early? Oh, man, that would be crazy. Anthony says, if it was only WrestleMania Night 1, but replaced the women's tag match with Edge versus Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns, but Edge winning, it would be a good WrestleMania. That would have been crazy. That would have been crazy. Ian says, hey, OW, I just came to, good to see you. Good to see you as well, my friend. Hope you're doing great. Always a pleasure. The Saying Gamer says, did you know that Bray Wyatt is 0-4 at WrestleMania? I did not. That's crazy. Marcel says, wait, is it called WrestleMania Backlash, or was that a botch? It seemed like that was what it was called. I mean, the logo was changed. The WrestleMania logo had black text in it. Let's see if they, I'll go see if they posted anything from it. But they said WrestleMania Backlash, and they said that it is that way because things are going to continue. I'm trying to see if there's any mention of it here from WWE. This was before. No. Is this it? No, this is NFTs. Man, I still don't know. I've read about NFTs and I still have no idea what the hell an NFT is. I don't get it. I don't get it. Where is... No. I don't know. Maybe it's on their website. Safa says, so was Alexa Bliss using the Fiend all this time? I don't know, man. I don't have the answers for that one. I don't have the answers. I have no clue what is going on, dude. Absolutely no clue. Yeah, it hasn't been updated on their website either, so I'm not quite sure. James says, is Roman Reigns a part-timer now? I mean, he's at all of the shows, at least for that. Okay, so we're about an hour in. Let's talk about this show. Let's talk about this show. Sam says, did you know that Bray Wyatt is 1-4 at WrestleMania? He won last year and it's his only win ever. Oh, well, there you go. Another update. I did not know that. Christopher says, I just noticed Randy and Edge both had the matching red and white gear. Could we see a rated RKO reunion? That'd be cool. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Ashton says, I'd tell you my secret, but even I don't know how I managed to watch a full 3 hours of Raw. It's brutal, man. I got to start picking up a hobby to do while I'm doing that. Maybe I'll start doing my work while Monday Night Raw is on instead of actually like watching it and stuff like that. I don't know. But let's get into tonight's show. Let's start talking about WrestleMania Night 2. If you're here and you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, make sure to hit that like button as well. We're at 46 already for the night. Thank you guys so much. We actually were able to hit over 100 last night, which is one of the only few times we've done that. Thank you guys so much. Also, if you want to help support the channel, you can join and become a member, and you can become a disciple as well. It's amazing. You get a cool little badge next to your name, and you unlock a very cool, unique, exclusive emoji here. Let me post it in the chat. There you go. You get the too sweet emoji added to your chat, and that goes for live streams and comments on videos as well, which is pretty cool. And as you guys have already seen, super chats are open as well. If you want something to be heard by everyone, you can go ahead and type in a message there as well. And once again, tonight's stream is brought to you by Wale Mania. Baby, you can get yourself right now some limited edition Wale merch over at footaction.com. This stuff is very limited and will be going away soon, so get yours before it is gone. Wale Mania started as a celebration of mixing wrestling culture with hip-hop. This year, the team partnered with WWE and Foot Action to launch an exclusive collection of apparel celebrating the iconic Black World Champions of this era. These limited edition shirts and hoodies are available right now on footaction.com, and you can pick from Kofi Mania, Sasha Banks, Booker T, Ron Simmons, and the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. These are only available for a limited amount of time, so make sure to cop yours before it's too late and they're gone forever. Also, Wale designed these himself, so this is really cool. Really cool that Wale designed these. So head on over to footaction.com and get your limited edition merch today before it is gone. And huge shout out to Foot Action for reaching out to me about doing this. I'm very excited. Very, very excited to be able to work with them on this. I'm very happy. So these designs are dope as hell, and I hope you guys were able to get some really cool merch, and I hope that you guys enjoy them a lot. So shout out to Wale, shout out to Foot Action for all of that. I greatly appreciate you guys. All right. Obi James says, I got my hoodie. Nice, man. Which one did you get? Did you get the Sasha Banks hoodie, or did you get the Kofi Mania one? Ashton says, I'm getting my hands on Kofi Mania. That's a good choice, man. Kofi Mania will always be such an iconic moment. I love it. I love it so much. Ashton says, Wale Mania. Yes, Wale Mania, baby. Wale Mania. Ayan says, what are your expectations from tomorrow's Raw? I'm just excited to see who's going to be Bobby's new challenger, and I hope it's Drew. Oh, hope it's not Drew. I was like, whew, man, I do not want to see I do not want to see Drew again. But yeah, I agree. I don't know. I'm just kind of hoping that it's not trash. I'm not quite sure what to expect. You know, when I get my hopes up for everything, it just turns out to be really bad. So I'm just, I'm over it. Vance says, I got an evil idea. Play Getting Over It and watch Raw in the background, dude. You will explode. Yeah, I don't want to play that. No, thanks. You know, I've thought about, one of the things that I've thought about, so we'll get into the show right after this, is I've thought about maybe doing watch-alongs for some of the things. So we could certainly just hang out and do a Raw watch-along if that's what people wanted. We just hang out and chat and do whatever. We could do that for Raw or SmackDown or something like that. I don't know. Up to you guys. Like I said, I'm going to try a couple of things around here and we'll kind of see how it goes. Loa says, the man is back, WrestleMania edition. Welcome back, my friend. Pleasure to see you. It's been a while. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the shows this weekend. Hope you enjoyed them. Ashton says, Drew needs a break from the WWE title picture. Yes, he does. I couldn't agree more, man. Delight says, wake me up when Cesaro becomes the Universal or World Heavyweight Champion. You might be sleeping for quite a while, my dude. Might be sleeping for quite a while. My friend Marcel here with the $2.99 super chat. Let's get some money raining down. He said, better triple threat, 2004, 2014, or tonight's. Let me get some woos here from Marcel. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super chat, my dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's so hard for me to compare things, and I was not watching in 2014. So I don't know. I really enjoyed tonight's. That's all I got for you. I'm sorry. That's all I got for you. Which one did you enjoy more, Marcel? Let me know. I'll be looking out for you in chat. I'll be looking out. Fly says, I would be interested in Edge and Seth Rollins feud, honestly, since Edge attacked him to bring back the Authority. Sure. You know, maybe that now that Edge wasn't able to capture the Universal Championship, maybe it's on to some dream matches. Maybe that's where we go from here. And I'm down for that. I am down for that. All right, let's start talking about the show. We talked about a little bit about the Fiend and Randy Orton here. MH says, you haven't been reading my comments. I can't read every comment. I can't read any comment. If you want to answer it, you're more than willing to, or you're more than, how do you say that? I don't know. Feel free to post it more than once. That's fine. Just don't like spam it over and over and over again, like every 2 seconds. But if I miss it, go ahead and feel free to post it again. I try to get to as many as I can, but Chimichanga says favorite match from both nights. Night one, Seth Rollins and the main event, Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Night two, easily just the main event. That's it. So here we are, back to the Fiend and Randy Orton. This match, like the Fiend he didn't really look strong the entire thing. Marcel says, I haven't seen the 2004 one, but everyone says that one was better. Maybe I'll have to check it out and watch along. Maybe we'll have to check it out or something like that later down the line. Okay, so the Fiend didn't really look that dominant during this entire match. There were a couple times where he was down and out, and you know, it didn't come across so much as like a big return. You know, I really feel like he should have been much stronger in here. And like Marcel says, he said this killed the crowd. This was not a good way to open up the show. It was not. This should have been sprinkled out somewhere else. The way that you open up a show is like last night. Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley, they killed it. Both of them killed it. I would bet money that the Fiend and Randy Orton's entrances were longer than the match. And I would even bet that maybe one of their entrances were longer than the match as well. I'll have to wait until I get the preview. Actually, it's probably available now on Peacock. So that's one of the things I'll probably do is go through and see how long they were. I'm going to time the Fiend's entrance and Randy Orton's entrance and compare them to how long their match was. They certainly had to have been longer. They had to have been. Ashton says they straight up killed the Fiend. No coming back from this. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think the Fiend has ever recovered since losing to Goldberg at Super Showdown. I think it's been a wrap for him ever since, unfortunately. And it sucks because the Fiend is such a good character. Like, the Fiend could have been as iconic as The Undertaker or Kane or something like that. He could have been an iconic character to go down in the history books, but he's not. He's not. I cannot believe how they were able to kill something so hot so fast. Absolutely insane. The Fiend was on top of the world. And I think all of this really, the decline of the Fiend started when they wanted to put the strap on him. That was it. That was the downhill roller coaster ride for the Fiend. Once they said, hey, Bray, you need to have the Universal Championship, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. That Hell in a Cell match with Seth Rollins, that was crazy. It was so terrible. It was so bad. That hurt everyone involved. That hurt Seth Rollins for so long. That changed Seth Rollins forever. After that night, he became the biggest crybaby on Twitter after that. That is the night where that's the night I'll never forget, where we saw that picture of Seth Rollins standing in front of that fan that had a sign that said Seth Rollins is not cool. I feel like that match alone changed everything forever for everyone. And even tonight, they brought back the red lights. And I don't know about you guys. I don't know about you. I personally don't mind the red lights. It's never really bothered me. But that's one of the huge things that I always see commented on my posts. And I see a lot of people talking about it on Twitter, is that the red light hurts their eyes. They don't like the red lights. So it's kind of interesting to see them bring them back tonight. Kind of interesting. Philip says, even though the Nexus did not return tonight, they can always return tomorrow or on Raw or NXT or SmackDown or one of these pay-per-views. They will return at some point, my friend. You're just going to have to keep holding out. Obi James says, Alexa looked like the cover of Poppy's I Disagree album. I have not seen that. Let me take a look. Poppy I Disagree album. Oh. Interesting. Poppy's weird as hell, man. I don't get it. Asher says, to everyone saying that AEW is reading your comments, there's over 60 people in the chat, and you can't read every comment to you guys' post. Please stop complaining. Yeah, I try, but there has to be a balance between reading comments, talking about the show, and getting through things. Because like I said, I need to kind of be out of here at a decent time tonight. I do. I have to be out of here at a decent time. James says Roman Reigns retaining is as if WWE were rewriting WrestleMania 30. Yeah, there you go. Mike says, I just feel like even if Bray has creative control of his character, they do whatever they can to ruin everything for the Fiend. Yeah, I agree. Because who would do this to themselves? You would not book yourself like this. This is crazy. No. And the things that if you want to tell a story with things, if you want to do stuff like this, then it's cool. You can tell stories, but this story could have been told without Bray Wyatt losing this match. Bray Wyatt losing this match, the Fiend, the only reason why the Fiend lost this match is so that they could feel like they have a reason to continue it all the way through this next WrestleMania Backlash pay-per-view. That is the only reason why. They should have just had the Fiend win, and then afterwards you could have done this and just had her have some weird control over him. He didn't need to lose to get that across. He didn't. These losses hurt the Fiend. They hurt him. And if you want to tell stories about these things, you can do them, but they don't need to be during these matches. The Fiend is supposed to be some dominant killer hell clown demon from hell, whatever, wherever he is from, but he's just a joke. And it's a shame because the Fiend is one of my favorites. I hate it, man. I absolutely hate it. Anthony says, by AOW, it's every goal to be a champ, even Bray. I mean, I can understand that people, you know, and I agree with that. I think that everyone who is doing something should want to be at the top. I think that if you're wrestling, you should want that world championship, but you don't always necessarily need it every second. Bray Wyatt's been on top. And the Fiend character is exactly that. It's a character. He's not about putting on 5-star classics. He's all about the story. But even though he's not about the 5-star classic, it doesn't mean that he should be losing them. He should still be winning the matches. He should still be a very dominant force. And I said this when he got burned alive. It worked. That finish works so well. But if you would have booked him completely different, it would have been so much better. And I think maybe I just recently went back and watched all of the Jason movies. So I compared the Fiend to Jason a lot. So what I would have done, you know, in a Jason movie, you have Jason. He's very, very strong the entire time. He kills a ton of people. He takes them out. But at the very end of the movie, he gets killed. Or so they think. He gets killed, right? So that's exactly what you do with the Fiend. The Fiend runs through the entire roster. Sure, maybe some people can get the upper hand on him a little bit, but they don't win. They don't win. The Fiend is always booked very strong. And then here comes Randy Orton. Bray Wyatt's weakness. The Fiend's weakness. Randy Orton is able to get into the mind of the Fiend or whatever it is that he needs to do. They have this match. This Firefly Inferno match. And Randy Orton sets the Fiend on fire and kills him. That's how you book the Fiend. Because that would have been crazy. That would have been the Fiend's first loss. And not only would that be a loss, but they legit killed him. Killed him. That would have been perfect. Randy Orton would have been like, ha, look, bitches. You guys couldn't beat the Fiend, but I killed him. Not only did I beat him, I took him out for good. And then he could have introduced the Alexa Bliss character and done all of that stuff. You see where I'm going? Then the Fiend could come back, of course, like he did. Just like he did. But he should have returned more dominant than he was from before. This is just dumb. It's just dumb. And no one is checking in. No one is saying, oh my God, I have to check in on Monday night to see what is going on Monday Night Raw. I'm dying to know what happens to the Fiend. They're not going to tell you some crazy story. It's probably going to be a 3-minute segment, and they're just going to trickle it out for another 6 months, and no one's going to care. No one's going to care. It's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Mike says, listen, the Fiend can still come back to the next week to WWE. Jason Voorhees finally got killed by a 13-plus year lawsuit for the rights of the character, but your analogy works. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like he should be that strong character that no one should be able to overcome. And then, you know, when finally someone else is able to when someone is finally able to overcome the odds and defeat him, it's a big deal. It's a big deal that he lost, and it's a big deal for that person that was able to beat him. This is how you create the stars. This is why no one cares about people in WWE. No one cares, because this is how everything is booked. The story is not there. The story is not there. I hate it. I hate it so much. It drives me nuts because you can see how talented Bray Wyatt is when he's created all of this stuff and the things that he puts out and all of that. Like, you could tell. And then they just completely shit on it. Completely shit on it every time. It's so frustrating to see. Anthony says there are 9 Jason movies, so I think the Fiend should not lose 9 pay-per-views. Aren't there? There's like 10. There's 10 like original Jason movies, aren't there? And then there's like 2 more new ones or something. Because Jason 10 is the space one, which is ridiculous. And then there's a new one, but I'm not sure if there's another new one or not. Ashton says, I'm afraid that Otis will never be world champion. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that. I wouldn't expect that. Ryan says they're going to show the same video package tomorrow that we've seen for months. Probably, dude. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. Ayan says rumors said that Randy would be squashed at WrestleMania, but the Fiend got squashed. Opposite results are the key to success for WWE. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would consider that a squash, but yeah, it's pretty close. Pretty close, man. Mike says 10 Jason movies, 1 crossover with Freddy, and a remake. So technically there's 12. Fair enough. 12. I forgot about Freddy versus Jason. What a crazy movie that was. Sava says, Randy said, I'm not taking out this clean white attire to lose. Yeah, right? No kidding. White attire means business. Ashton says, everything about The Fiend came from the brilliant mind of Bray Wyatt. It did. You know, I hope that there's a day where, I mean, I can't speak for Bray Wyatt because I don't know how he feels. I don't know if he's fine with all of this. I don't know. The man, he doesn't speak out about it. If Bray Wyatt's not happy, I hope he leaves. And I can't wait for the day that he leaves and someone else takes him and gives him everything that he deserves. Bray Wyatt could be doing some amazing things. Next level things. They could really change the business in a certain way, if I'm being honest. You know, Broken Matt Hardy changed a lot of things. I think The Fiend could do something similar. If the canvas was right, if people would allow him to do what he wants to do. Let Bray tell his story. Let Bray put everything together. Let them have faith in him. I think everything would be great. I really do. I really do. So if there's ever a time where his contract's up and he's unhappy, I hope that someone swoops him up. And I don't care who it is. I don't care where he goes. If if Bray Wyatt goes to AEW, hell yes. If the Fiend, if Bray Wyatt goes to NWA, yes. If the Fiend, oh my God, why do I say that every time? If Bray Wyatt goes to Impact, I'm watching. If Bray Wyatt goes to Ring of Honor, I'm watching. I don't care where he goes. I'm watching. I am watching. This could be a game changer. Marcel says Bray Wyatt better not come to AEW. Yeah, I think a lot of people would probably be pretty pissed if they did that over there. But you know, they're one of the few people that have the budget to be able to give him something that he should be doing. Vance says the Fiend should go to New Japan and have a 5-star match. Yeah, let's release Bray Wyatt and have the Fiend go to New Japan and main event the Tokyo Dome against Okada. Oh, could you imagine the Fiend versus Okada? I can't even picture it. I can't even. That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. Marcel says the sad thing was the crowd was so hyped for the Fiend. His entrance was so cool. His entrance was amazing. I loved it. You know, I loved how they changed him from the burnt one to back to being his normal self. I knew that they were going to do it. I knew it. It was only a matter of time before I thought that they were going to go with some like rejuvenation type thing, but you know, they changed him back and his entrance was fantastic, but unfortunately things didn't go very well. Marcel says Rainmaker countered into the Sister Abigail would be sick. That'd be crazy. The Fiend. Oh man. Oh, that'd be crazy. Vance says, you know what? Send Otis to New Japan. He got some dream matches there. I want Otis versus Kazuchika Okada. There you go, man. Victor says, you think they keep the belts on Big and Shayna Baszler so that they won't have to rewrite them in singles competition? You know, I wouldn't be surprised if what happens is that they just run this match back at WrestleMania Backlash. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens again. I wouldn't be surprised. Mike says his look was a bit more clean than before his burn look. Like I said, I think Alexa is stealing the Fiend's powers. Perhaps. Maybe she's just Sister Abigail this whole time and she's just able to control him or something like that. But I still don't think you had to tell that story by sacrificing an L for the Fiend on WrestleMania, on the grandest stage, and especially not even on his debut match back. This is the first time we've seen the Fiend in 3 to 4 months. And this is what you do with him? I'm not buying. I am not buying at all. This could have happened anywhere else. It didn't need to happen here. They could have continued this any way that they wanted to. They could have Randy Orton be some sick bastard and, you know, attack Alexa Bliss from behind and kidnap her or something. Like, you could even go like just batshit crazy with it. You know, that's fine. Just do something different than sacrificing the Fiend. And, you know, Randy Orton's supposed to be the heel here. And it just, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. Marcel says Jay White has the same finisher. There you go, man. That's the match of the century. The Fiend versus Switchblade Jay White. There you go. Ashley says have Randy punt kick Alexa. There you go. I really thought for a second that the Fiend was going to punt Randy Orton. Mike says, I saw a comment on here about Black being involved with this Fiend Alexa stuff. Sounds wonky, but Black and Alexa working together to take down the Fiend? ? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. He's certainly going to continue to feud with Randy Orton, but I don't know. Okay, I want to ask you guys this. Does anyone else feel like the mask was different? Or was that just me? I don't know what it was, but the Fiend mask looked different to me tonight. I'm not sure what it was. Ryan says, that's what I'm saying. It seemed like Randy was the face tonight, which was weird. Yeah, just one RKO too. It was different. Is it the nose? Marcel says the mask looked more Joker-like. It did. It did. It looked more Death in the Family-like. Sam says, all right, I'm out. I need to get some sleep. It's been real. Thank you, man, for tuning in. Hopefully you have a good rest of your night. His nose was more pointy. The colors on the mask were brighter and sharper. Yeah, it was just like something about it looked different. I saw it look more like the Joker, more Jokerish. Yeah, I don't know. I thought so too. Maybe it is the colors. It might be the coloring. I don't know. I only have so I snapped some screenshots of like him before and him right now. And it kind of looks like the white is just like pure white. His nose looks maybe a little bit bigger. His nose is more prominent, that's for sure. So this has to be a new mask. It's different. The eyes bigger too? The eyes look bigger too. It seems like. I don't know. It just looks different to me. James says the Fiend's loss has to be the birth of an incredible AOW Hulk. Van says, okay, AOW, gotta go. Got some wrestling to watch. See you tomorrow. Got school to wake me up at 8. Thank you, man, for tuning in. Have a good rest of your day. Marcel says, damn, AOW, you have 3 more post shows in a row. I know, man. It's crazy. All right, we need to get into this more because it's been an hour and 20 minutes and I got to get through this. I got to get through this show. I got to get through it. I got work to do. Fly says the Fiend is perfect for WWE and they drop the ball. I know, right? Right? So next up, we have the Women's Tag Team Championship match. We have Big and Shayna Baszer defending their championships against Tamina and Natalya. I'm not going to lie. I really did not watch this match. I have no idea how it went. I had no interest in it, especially after watching that match. It was just like, I don't know. I was like, I'm not hyped up anymore. I don't want to see this shit. I didn't want to watch this match, period. But MH says Tamina was impressive and deserved better. So that's good for her. You know, glad that she did well. This is not for me. Not for me at all. I got this one wrong as well. I thought that whoever won the women's tag team turmoil match, I thought that whoever did that was for sure going to win the straps, but it looks like WWE, Vince McMahon is not giving up on Shayna Baszler and Big, that he will just not let them go. Will not let them go. Ashton says Big is so protected and I have no idea why. She can't wrestle to save her life. I don't get it. I don't get it at all either. Marcel says this match sucked, but Tamina was over. Yeah, I was really surprised to hear that. The crowd was in for Tamina. You know, one of the things to remember as well is that it's WrestleMania. Not only is it WrestleMania, but it is one of the second time now that fans are actually back at attendance. So they're going to cheer. They're going to be happy. They're going to go all out, you know. Philip says, good night. Can I get a Nexus picture tomorrow? And plus, Edge Spear looked great. You look really good. I got school tomorrow. Good night. Well, thanks, man. Sounds good. Yeah, if you're here tomorrow, I'll give you a Nexus picture for sure. Corey says, will Raw have an audience? No. Going forward, we are right back to the Thunderdome. Right back. MH says, Liv Morgan posted something interesting. What did she post? Let us know. Let us know. Mike says match was okay. Tamina got her spots in, but Nia couldn't have won, or shouldn't have won. I've also noticed that Shayna has always got the win for every title defense they've had. Really? I know that Shayna loses a lot, unfortunately, and Big is the one that always gets the win. Liv posted saying, remember when? I don't know. A lot of people have like some fixation with Liv Morgan being Sister Abigail, and I just don't think it's ever going to happen. Alexa Bliss is fit in perfectly fine, in my opinion, by the way. Marcel says there was a spot where Big was supposed to do a crossbody from the second rope, and the cameras just filmed Natalya and Tamina waiting for her to fall on them. Wow. I feel like there was a lot of production issues on WrestleMania night 1 and 2. There was quite a few things. Night 1, I give them a break because, you know, they had the storm and everything was batshit crazy going on with that one. But night 2 should have been fixed. There were LED boards that were glitching on and off. Michael Cole on commentary was just god awful tonight and yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw it. I didn't know till afterwards, but Bianca's win, me and my fiance were just super excited, so we didn't pay any attention to it. But when Bianca Belair won, Michael Cole was screaming. He's like, oh my God, Sasha Banks, she kicked out. And she didn't. She did not kick out whatsoever. So that was really weird. He also said that you had to be a WWE champion to be in the Hall of Fame, which obviously isn't true. I don't know. I'm really, really sick and tired of the screaming. Like, I can't listen to the screaming all the time. It drives me nuts. All the screaming. So, you know, we saw that the Raw commentary team is going to be changed, but we haven't heard anything about the SmackDown commentary team. No one's heard anything about it. So Tom Phillips is up in the air. I can't see them having Tom Phillips and Michael Cole on the same team because they are Michael Cole and Michael Cole Jr. So I don't know. Victor says Liv posted a picture of her in a bubble bath from when she made her comeback as a singles wrestler. Oh, fair enough. Mania says night 1 was definitely superior to night 2. I couldn't agree more. WWE Emoji says, out of curiosity, why do you call Nia Jax Big? So I call her this because it's kind of like a meme. You know, a lot of people say when you make a mistake or something that it's a big. And the sound itself is from when someone dies in Roblox. I don't know. It was just a thing that was popular, and I thought it was hilarious. And Nia Jax botches a lot. She is not very good. I'm sorry. I hate to be that person, but she's not great. And so I was like, man, that's kind of hilarious. And so Big just fits perfectly because it's like a huge mistake, right? So it's just like huge mistake after another. She's constantly injuring people, taking them off, and all of this nonsense and yada, yada, yada. So that is why the name is there. Corey says, I put Tom Phillips above Michael Cole. Fair enough. Fair enough. Rocco says, I saw a post saying he's still on SmackDown. Sigh. Ashton says, what's wrong with Tom Phillips? He's just a mini Michael Cole. They sound like identical these days. Anthony says, do you play Roblox? No, I have never played Roblox before. I am not familiar with it. Ryan says, put Booker T or JBL back on commentary. I would love that. Love it. Victor says, read an article that they might remove Samoa Joe from Raw commentary. Well, they would have to, because that would be 4 people, right? Or was Joe included on that list? I can't remember if he was. Not sure. Anyways, okay, this match wasn't for me. Hated it. The first what hour of WrestleMania night 2 was not good. Absolutely not good. This is not how you start off one of the biggest shows that you have to offer. Elvis says, it was great watching this post show AOW, but I gotta go to sleep for school, but I'll try to watch the Raw post show. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you have a good rest of your night, my friend. So next up, we had the match that helped save the night. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. I loved this. And you know, this match was only 9 minutes and 16 seconds, but overall, I thought it delivered extremely well. The pace of it was great. I was very entertained with all of it. Sami actually wrestled in it as well, so it was good. The obvious choice for me here was Kevin Owens going over, and he did. And you know, Sean Ross Sapp posted on Fightful Select earlier today that they moved a giant pad next to the ship. So it seemed pretty obvious that someone was either going to get thrown off of it or Kevin Owens was going to be able to jump off of it like he wanted to. And it never happened. It's so sad, man. I was really hoping that Kevin Owens would be able to get his dream. He's been wanting to jump off of that pirate ship for the past 2 years now, and they didn't make it happen. They didn't make it happen. That's such a shame, because that would have been such an incredible moment. Such an incredible moment. Oni the Goat says probably because of the rain they had to scrap it. That's very possible. That's very possible. Yep. It's still a shame though. I feel like they could have made it work. Could have made it work. Jonathan says, why wasn't the SmackDown titles in the card but the Raw titles were? I have no clue, dude. No clue. Ashton says they're showing Jericho's list on Broken Skull sessions. I'm gonna watch that after I get off this stream here. Crazy Ginger Jake says, for me, that was the best Mania main event ever and maybe the best ending ever. I loved the main event. It was good. It was very good. Warrior says, you just know KO and Sami were so happy with this. 2 best friends having a one-on-one match with the biggest stage of them all. Yeah, I will never complain about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I don't care. They just slapped this match together here to have it at WrestleMania. Don't care. It's good. And like I said, even though it was only 9 minutes and 16 seconds, it delivered. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. This should have been, maybe this would have been the best way to kick off the show. Hype everyone up. This is a huge match. They're beating the hell out of each other. Everyone loves this kind of stuff, but the first hour, man, they killed the crowd, and thankfully this was able to bring them back. Warrior says, I feel like they purposely made the pirate ship so high up that KO couldn't throw himself off of it. Yeah, possibly. Naughty says, Sheamus botched Riddle on the top rope was insane. Thank God it didn't go worse. Yeah, dude, that was sketch as hell. Ant-Man, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Ryan says, plus Kevin needed to get a win back after losing to Roman a bunch of times. Yeah, that's true. I wonder if Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is going to be done here, or I wonder if they're going to continue on. We have WrestleMania Backlash They got to fill the card. So who knows? Oni says, I wish Roman could have went over without Jey Uso. We fell in love with heel Roman because he would dominate Jey Uso without help like a badass. They need to get back to that. Yeah, you know, they really kind of lost their way with the story with Roman Reigns. You know, the whole thing was about respecting his family and putting food on the table, and Jey Uso, him losing, was just making the family look dumb. It was disrespecting them. So he kept beating the hell out of him to teach him a lesson. And now Jey Uso, aside from his win on SmackDown, I think we said it was like a 15 loss streak. Why hasn't he been getting in trouble with Roman? And Roman is pretty much like on the rim of losing every single one of his matches before Jey Uso comes in and helps him. So why isn't that a factor either? I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. I'm still really enjoying the Roman thing because how could you not? But at the end of the day, it is still getting fairly repetitive. It is. Marcel says, I sent you the crossbody spot on Instagram. Take a look. It's short and funny. All right, I'll check it out. Manish says, but isn't that what a heel is supposed to do? Yeah, I mean, it's fine, but just doing it every single time, it just kind of feels like it's getting repetitive. That's all. Rocco says 14 loss streak, and he hadn't won since the episode since he turned heel. Yeah, there you go. Not good. Not good at all. Okay, let me see this here. Oh, I don't want that sound playing through my microphone. I don't need it. Oh my God. They did. Them standing there looking up and down. Oh man. Rocco says, did you hear about the guy who tested positive for COVID earlier today and still went to Mania? Wow. No, I did not hear about that. That sucks, dude. Hopefully, everyone is fine. Hopefully it's not like a super spreader. There's certainly no way that I would have went to something like this. I couldn't do it. No way. Marcel says, can't Adam and Pierce ban Uso from ringside? You would think at some point. I don't even know why I didn't know or realize that this match would have been Roman and Jey Uso versus Daniel Bryan versus Edge. The guy that tested positive was a troll. He wasn't even there. I can see that happening as well. A&B says, all hail the chief. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Hope you're doing good. Mike says, Apollo getting help from Babatunde, Dabakato, Aziz. The dudes had more name changes than anyone I know at the moment. Yeah. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Also, at the end of the match, Logan Paul got a stunner. And it was great. It was a good stunner. It was a pretty good sell as well. I liked it. And, you know, more importantly than anything, we got some more of this, baby. I need to add some more of this in. Some more Sami Zayn dancing. I'm going to add that to my starting soon screen as well. It's so good, man. I love it. Sami Zayn dancing is high quality content. I love it. I love it so much. Oh God, I put it in the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. There we go. A and B says the Fiend versus Orton was trash. Yes, it was, man. Yes, it was. Warrior says KO and beating up celebrities. Name a better duo. Yep. It does not exist. Next up, there was a crazy backstage segment here where RVD showed up and he gave RVD branded rolling papers to Matt Riddle and the Great Khali. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that we would see RVD giving papers to roll a blunt for Matt Riddle on TV? That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy to me. I was not expecting to see that whatsoever. Rocco says, I don't mind Jey Uso helping as the opponent is credible. AEW uses it with Omega and the Good Brothers a lot. Yeah, that's true. They do use the Good Brothers a lot. That's true. They do that. Jan says, I never asked you this, but are you going to reveal how you do
Such good shit.
And the to the moon things. Yeah, I've already told everyone I have a Go XLR. So I have a Shure SM7B for my microphone, and that bad boy is plugged into a Go XLR. It's kind of like the ultimate streamer tool. It has 4 inputs, I believe, or no, I think it has like 8 inputs or something like that, but it has 4 knobs. Faders. 4 faders is what they're called. It has a soundboard as well, which is how I can do these. How I can add those in. It also has the bleepers so that I can say Goldberg on YouTube without getting demonetized, and it has sound effects as well. So it's a Go XLR. That's what it is called. Anthony says, this is going to be a wrap for me tonight. Can I get a let me in with the Vince voice before I leave? Sure.
Let me in.
There you go, man. Have a good rest of your night. Have a good rest of your night. Flash says, I'm going to drop it here. Thank you for the show. RVD and KO were the MVPs of tonight. Cheers for the next special in Peacock, Phillip. God bless Kevin Owens, and remember Hangman Fox. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Have a good rest of your night. A&B says Bayley had to interject herself because WWE won't book her a fight. Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. Kind of weird. Can I say Vince bleep? No, the only thing, it's just an automatic thing that happens. I just can't say Goldberg. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I can try Bill Goldberg. No, I don't get it. This doesn't work. I also can't, I gotta say big as well. Ryan says, do you think we still get the one-on-one between Edge and Roman? Maybe that's what they'll do at WrestleMania Backlash. Marcel says Matt Riddle almost did a buckshot lariat and got V-triggered. Did he? I missed that part. So next up was Matt Riddle defending his United States Championship against Sheamus. Man, I didn't think that Sheamus was going to win the United States Championship tonight. I didn't. I mean, the guys had great matches and all of that. Nothing against it. I certainly wasn't expecting it. I thought it would be too many title changes, but Matt Riddle and Sheamus put on a good one. The ending there where Matt Riddle did that backflip, that springboard backflip off the middle rope, and Sheamus caught him with that brogue kick. Yes. That is I need a yes video. We need that in here. That was great. That was really good. I liked it. I love stuff like that. Adam Cole did that to someone else as well. I can't remember who that was a while ago. It's just a good spot. I think it was Ricochet, wasn't it? Was it Adam Cole and Ricochet that did that? Something similar to that, but with the super kick. Marcel says, didn't Riddle just win the title? No one really cares. Yeah, no one really cares about the title, but I'll tell you how long he had it. One sec. Let me look it up here. Matt Riddle titles. He was the United States champion for 49 days. 49 days is how long he was the champion. Let's see here. Bobby Lashley was the previous champion at 175 days. And before that, it was Apollo Crews for 97 days. Before that, it was Andrade for 151 days. Andrade was the United States champion for 151 days. That's crazy. It's crazy. Mike says that bro kick to Matt's face was insane. Yeah, I loved it, man. That was great. That's the kind of stuff I love to see. Happy for Sheamus to get this United States Championship win. The guy's been on a losing streak pretty much, but his matches have been incredible. The guy's been putting on really good matches, some of the best matches we've seen in WWE today. So shout out to him. I don't think that this is going to change the United States Championship division whatsoever, which is unfortunate because it's been pretty brutal. It's been pretty brutal. When Bobby Lashley had it, let me look at his defenses. It was, I guess he defended it against a couple different people, but man, I don't know. The mid-card titles, they need all the help that they can get. all the help they can get. Ashton says, unpopular opinion, Sheamus is underappreciated. Maybe. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Jake says, Sheamus is my favorite wrestler ever for the obvious reason if you look at my name. Fair enough. Crazy Ginger Jake. I get it. I could put 2 and 2 together. Mike says, Sheamus and Cesaro picking up wins on Mania. The bar will always rule the landscape. I didn't even think about that. Thank you, man. You're right. The bar did win. That's awesome. That is awesome. Joshua says, I'm going to wrap it up here, my friend. Can I get a to the moon one more time? Yes, I got you, bro. My friend Joshua is headed to the moon. There you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's see. Next up here, we had a performance by Wale. Wale Mania in the building, baby. It's great. Great. He brought out Big E, which I always hate it when champions come out first, man. I hate it. Hate it. Jan says, man, I want to see your face. Hope so you do a face reveal. I know it ain't going to happen. It is going to happen. I have a camera right here. The camera's hooked up. It is hooked up. Look, I mean, I'm not going to show you anything, but look. It's there. I have the camera. I have it. I have it. Oh, and I think that just reset everything. Okay, that's fine. Mike says Wale's performance was good. The match with Big E and Apollo sucked. Yeah. Damn, bro, you ugly? Oh, come on, man. Come on. You hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings, man. Hurt my feelings. Okay, Mike says the New Day no longer have titles. That's right. They don't. They don't. What'd you guys think about this this Nigerian drum fight match? What'd you guys think about this? Good? Bad? Was there anything Nigerian drum fighty about this match whatsoever? Because I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. There was not. Nothing. You know what? I don't even think they used one of the Nigerian drums. And why was there a gong there? Isn't a gong a Japanese thing? They used... Okay, the match started. They both went to go get kendo sticks. Why? It's a drum fight. Get a drum. Drum on something. Do something. Why are you getting kendo sticks? Like, yes, they beat the hell out of each other with kendo sticks. I will give them that. I will give them that. They beat the hell out of each other. But why is this a Nigerian drum fight? It looks like they never figured out how to book this match. It was rumored or reported or whatever by Fightful Select, I believe is who the source was, that when WWE pitched it, they were like, cool. The name sounds badass. We'll figure the rest out later. So when it was pitched, they had no clue what it was. When Apollo Crews said it, they had no clue what it was. When they filmed the next episode of SmackDown, they had no idea what it was either. So Mike says Big E even said that no one knew what it was until the night of. Like, this was a Symphony of Destruction match, percussion edition. Essentially. Why come up with these ridiculous names when it's just a no holds barred match? Why come up with these ridiculous names when it's literally just a no disqualification match with some drums outside? Like, they could have at least had people drum them down. And you know what I thought that they were going to do since Big E entered first? Is that when Apollo gave the promo, he said that people would be drumming or something, like his ancestors or his family or something like that. So I think what would have been pretty cool, if you ask me, especially since Apollo won this, is that if during Apollo's entrance, he had, let's say 10 people alongside of him. So 5 on each side. Apollo's walking to the ring with his spear, whatever. And he has family members or, some other people just drumming alongside of him. When he gets up, he goes into the ring and 5 of them split to the left, 5 of them split to the right. And maybe they're just playing a song. They're just banging. They're banging some sort of beat out for the entire song. It was only 6 minutes long. Let's not act like someone can't play a 6-minute song. So it would have been perfectly fine to do something like that, but they didn't do anything. Nothing at all. He just came out to the ring alone. And then there was just drum sets, a gong, and kendo sticks around the ring. Give me a break, man. And then Big E pretty much has the match won here. And then Dabba-Kato appears out of nowhere wearing a general suit. And he attacks Big E and puts Apollo Crews on top of him. So Apollo Crews gets the win to become the new Intercontinental Champion. Dabba-Kato. Something that was really annoying to me. I mean, I may understand why they're doing or why they did such a thing, but they pretended like they have no idea who this is. We know who this is. We've seen him plenty of times. We know exactly who this is. So I'm assuming the reason why they pretended that they didn't is because he's going to be called Commander Aziz now, I believe, is what someone said. So I don't know. This match was not for me. This outcome was not for me. Maybe this will get better. I don't know. I have not really liked the Nigerian thing whatsoever. So I don't know. Maybe this will bring new life to it. Going I hope that we're not just going to have Apollo as champion and Big E just chasing him now, which is probably what we're going to end up having at WrestleMania Backlash. So Warrior says Dabba-Kato was drafted to Raw too. Was he really? That stuff drives me nuts, man. Ratuo Uraz or whatever that guy's name, Artuo Ruaz, I believe is how you pronounce it. He was drafted to Raw, and then like 2 or 3 weeks later, he was on an episode of NXT, and then he hasn't been seen since either. It's crazy. Okay, Mike says, did you see the trailer for 2K22? Yes, I did. I'm not getting excited or anything until we actually see gameplay. They give us a release date and we know what the game modes are. So next up was a good match. We had Asuka defending her Raw Women's Championship against Rhea Ripley. This was a good one. Rhea Ripley's entrance, if you ask me, was not that great. I was not a fan of the performance. It sounded a little bit weak. The voice wasn't there. The music was fine, but the girl singing was just, I don't know. The presence, it wasn't that great, I guess. The presence wasn't that great. Charles says, I thought Becky was coming. I think a lot of people were expecting that. I thought this one was obvious as well. Rhea Ripley getting the win here. Rhea Ripley is now the Raw Women's Champion, and I think it's time to reset the entire division. The Raw and SmackDown Women's Singles Division needs a complete reset from right now. You have new champions across the board here. Rhea Ripley on Raw, Bianca Belair on SmackDown. It's time to change it up because, unfortunately, Asuka's reign was terrible. It was god awful. They booked her like crap, like absolute crap. So it was time to kind of, wash their hands of that and get out of it and move on to something else. Now we're here with Rhea Ripley. Let's start fresh. Let's do something interesting. And I hope to God that Charlotte Flair does not come out tomorrow and start getting at Rhea Ripley. They better not. I do not want to see Charlotte Flair up against Rhea Ripley. I don't want to see it again. Rhea Ripley getting her win over Charlotte Flair now in a title defense does not justify her losing the NXT Women's Championship to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. No, it does not. Build up some more people. Peyton Royce is great. Peyton Royce isn't doing anything. They broke her up from the Iconics to have her have a singles career because or some singles matches and stuff like that. She never appeared on TV. They randomly paired her up with Lacey Evans. Now Lacey Evans is pregnant and gone. She had one match and she's been gone ever since. She puts on a good performance. Peyton Royce is pretty great. Let Peyton Royce shine. Let Peyton Royce do some stuff. It's time. Give the wheels, or give the wheel to someone else. A and B says, why not? Charlotte is one of the best women's wrestlers on the roster, because we're tired of her. We're tired of her. She's always at the top. She's always taking the title. She's always involved in the title scene. Put Charlotte in a meaningful feud that doesn't have the championship. Just don't do it. Let her do something else that's interesting. She doesn't always have to have a title on her. Let other people come up. This is the reason why we have these problems. They don't ever let other people come up. So it's like, well, we don't have anyone, so you better put Charlotte there. Or Becky's gone now, so I guess we probably shouldn't do anything. It's crazy. And we could potentially have Io Shirai on Raw or SmackDown as well, since she lost the championship. So let's hope. Have I seen a Aleister Black rumor? No, I have not. Rocco says rumor is by Twitter, but people are saying that Black could be the higher power behind Bliss and all the black stuff that's on people's face. I don't know. Maybe. It's kind of weird. But if they did that, if they inserted Aleister Black into the feud, that tells me that we would get Aleister Black versus the Fiend, which tells me that we would probably see Aleister Black go over the Fiend, and I don't want to see it. I don't. A and B says, then these other women need to step it up. That tag team turmoil was trash. They let the people on TV that are trash be on TV, and the people that are talented, they're not. Peyton Royce, not on TV. Ember Moon, not on TV. She had to go to NXT to do something. The people that are dominating our TV are the people that can't wrestle. These other people don't have opportunities. They're gone. And with that even being said, SmackDown had 2 minutes and 30 seconds of women's wrestling. Raw had like 10 or 12 minutes, but that was because Shayna Baszler and Big were there. There's literally no time. All the time that WWE has for women, they literally give all of it to Shayna Baszler and Big. Like, that's literally it. They're on both shows. They take up absolutely everything. And they're terrible. It's so frustrating. Delight says, when is Tommy N going to AEW? I still hope Aleister Black leaves. I hope he does at some point. Kyle says, how do you feel about people saying the Fiend tonight was actually Bo Dallas? I think that they're crazy. We talked about this at the beginning of the stream. There's no way that was Bo Dallas. No way. No way in hell. Bo Dallas doesn't have that body type. The only person that has that body type is Bray Wyatt. And we heard him speak. He said yowie wowie. He said a couple of other things during the match. It sounded like his voice. It looks exactly like him to me. So I don't see why people are thinking it's Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas is much smaller. And with it being Bo Dallas, how does that even make sense? How do you make Bo Dallas the Fiend? I just don't get it. I think that Twitter and wrestling fans in general, especially with the Fiend, it seems like a lot with the Fiend that this happens, that they grab a hold of something and then they just feel like it's actually true. Like, so many people were like, Liv Morgan is Sister Abigail, Liv Morgan is this, blah, 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 blah. Like, no, I'm sorry. It would be cool, but no. No one is shaped like Bray Wyatt. I mean, the cat, like, you can tell. No one else is shaped like Bray Wyatt. It's easy to tell from that alone. The shape alone tells you. So now, like, everyone wants Aleister Black to be involved. I don't know. DeQuavia says they say it's Bo Dallas so they can do a Fiend versus Fiend at some point. But why? Like, what's the story in a Fiend versus Fiend? Mike says Bo Dallas is the brother of Bray, which is why people are making that connection, but it still doesn't make sense with no story besides the actual outside family reunion. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. And more importantly, like I saw people saying that they covered up their arms because of the tattoos and yada, 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 yada. But this is like supposed to be a newer version of the Fiend, right? The Fiend mask, a lot of us agreed in chat that it looks different. It looked different tonight. His gear was still a little bit different. He had the same pants on, but he had that long sleeve shirt and he had that vest on still that he had from when he was burned. So it's like a version 2.0 of the Fiend. I don't think it's Bo Dallas. I don't think it's anyone else. I think it's Bray Wyatt. And I don't think, maybe potentially doing it at some point later down the line. I could definitely see them adding in Bo Dallas, maybe adding in Aleister Black or something. But as of right now, I don't think it fits. And a Fiend versus Fiend, why? There's no reason for it. We don't need it. It's in WWE's history to do such a thing, but at this time, I don't really think that there's a story there for it. Kyle says, insert Spider-Man pointing at the other Spider-Man meme. Yes, pretty much. Charles says Superstar Shakeup is a change, hopefully, but has anyone mentioned, or has there even ever been a rumor about there actually being a Superstar Shakeup this time? I haven't seen anything about debuts, call-ups, a shakeup, a draft, nothing. I haven't seen anything. Mike says, bro, Fiend versus Fiend sounds like Taker versus Taker match from the 90s and that god-awful May 19th Kane versus Kane. Yeah, we don't want it. We don't want it. Can we get back to the show? Yeah, because I need to get the hell out of here. I got to get the hell out of here. So next up, we had another segment here with the co-host, Titus O'Neil and Hulk Hogan. Bayley came out to interrupt them, and then this is where everyone thought that Becky Lynch was going to return. Everyone thought that Becky Lynch was returning here. But out came the Bella Twins, which is not something that I was expecting. Bayley roasts them. She ends up saying something along the lines of like John Cena's not here or something like that. And Nikki Bella slaps the mic clear out of the hands of Bayley, and they begin to beat her up. So Nikki and Brie land a couple of moves on Bayley. They toss her down the ramp, and the crowd is booing like crazy. The WrestleMania fans tonight did not want to see the Bella Twins, and they did not alter this one. They did not alter this one at all. They just left it. Where he says the crowd did not like that, rightfully so. Yeah, they were not. This was so random. I don't understand why this happened at all. I don't understand. Unless they're teasing that Nikki could potentially come back, or that the Bella Twins could actually come back. But as far as I understand, that's not happening. I don't think that's happening. Ashton says, Becky, the troller man Lynch. Yeah. People actually thought that she was going to show up on Mania. Evan says, AOW, thoughts on every champ on the main roster in NXT being heels besides Bianca and MSK? Oh. I hadn't thought about that. You're right. That's crazy. That's a lot of heel champions. That's a lot of heel champions. I didn't even realize. Interesting. I don't know. That's weird. That's a lot of heels. WWE always seems to kind of have issues booking babyface people lately. Like, they always seem like they struggle with it. So everyone is just kind of a heel. Even in this main event match, it was kind of confusing. Like, they had Roman Reigns, the obvious heel. Edge was heelish with the rated R superstar stuff. Daniel Bryan seemed like he was kind of babyface, but at the same time, he kind of felt heelish as well, like being inserted in and all that stuff. Leroy says, don't forget Shotzi and Ember and R-Truth. I mean, it kind of seems like the 24/7 championship has been forgotten about. Kind of. Other than the commercial that we have, thank God we have not seen it on TV in quite a while. But yeah, Shotzi and Ember are there as well. Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, the 24/7 championship, I hate it, man. I hate it. But you know what I hate worse? I hate the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. I think they've officially passed the 24/7 championship as being the worst. Warrior says, I'm just saying, night one never had the fans actively booing during the night. They have been dead at times, but they didn't boo. Yeah, they did not like that opening segment whatsoever. It was terrible. And then WWE had the audacity to run back the Fiend stuff. Like as if they just wanted to piss people off even more. Yes, I believe so, Ashton. Yes, I believe it is Eric Bugenhagen. I don't know how to say that name. Yes. I believe so. Mike says the idea of heel and face is non-existent nowadays. Even if WWE tries to force you to cheer to boo someone, the fans will do whatever they want. Yeah, but from tonight, they decided to do whatever the hell they wanted anyways because they superimposed the fake crowd noise over the boos. People in the arena were booing the hell out of Hulk Hogan, and they put cheers over the top of it so you couldn't hear it. That's not cool. Like I said, I went on a big rant at the beginning of this show. I am not cool with them doing such a thing like that. The fake crowd noise is cool to thicken things up if they want or when there's no crowd, but do not start replacing what the actual crowd thinks at events. That is such a bad look to me. I do not agree with that whatsoever. Knowledge says they need to get rid of the 24/7 championship. It's old as dirt now. It was funny at first with R-Truth, but now it's the same shit over and over again. Take that and the women's tag team titles and get rid of them, please. Yes, couldn't agree more, my friend. Knowledge Divine, nailed it. Warrior says the fans booing Roman was honestly surprising. I would have bet money that he was going to get cheered for being a heel. Like I said earlier, if I had to guess, I think that the fans were booing Roman to participate properly. They were doing what WWE wants. That's what I think. I don't think these are the same type of boos that we saw when Roman was a face. You know, this is a good boo. Everyone loves MJF, and he's a little dick, but they still boo him. You know, they don't cheer him for those type of things. Ashley says somebody needs to bring a megaphone so that they can shout over the fake crowd noises. I know, right? Just be like, boo! Boo! This is trash. We don't want to see it. Boo! Oops. Push another button. Okay, so next up we had the announcement of the next pay-per-view, which will be WrestleMania Backlash on Sunday, May 16th. So let me look at this calendar here. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. So we got a little bit of time to build to this. I am worried as hell, though. Worried as hell for WrestleMania Backlash. We already know. They said it. Corey Graves said it on commentary. He said, feuds aren't ending tonight. Looks like things are spilling over. So we have WrestleMania Backlash. So the same thing you've been watching on your TV screen for the past 3 months, from the Royal Rumble to now, you're going to watch that same shit for another 4 weeks, and it's going to suck. Expect to see another match between Randy Orton and The Fiend. Expect to see probably Matt Riddle and Sheamus again. Of course, we're certainly going to see Big E and Apollo Crews again. Man, oh man, it's brutal. Warrior says, I just want to know why it's branded WrestleMania. That just devalues Mania being the ultimate show, makes it all pointless. I think the thought process behind it is, instead of it just being Backlash, they're trying to add something else to it, saying like, this is the Backlash from WrestleMania, but it doesn't click because we know what they're doing. And they could have just said that, you know. Tonight or tomorrow night on Raw, it's the fallout from WrestleMania. What's going to happen? And then the pay-per-view is Backlash. All the backlash from it. What happened? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? But like I said, this is just a clear, plain, lazy ass way to not do anything for a month. That's all it is. That is all it is, man. They're just going to run the same feuds over and over. they're going to run the same matches over and over as well. It's sad. It sucks. Because like I said, from night one, I was really, really looking forward to night two. And I was really excited about the Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania. Now, can't be bothered. Cannot be bothered. Ryan says, if it's not Edge, then Seth, Cesaro, or Big E are who I think will dethrone Roman. I'm not mad at any of those choices. Not mad at all. So next up, we had our main event match. Roman Reigns defending his Universal Championship against Edge and Daniel Bryan in a triple threat match. And like I said earlier, I don't know why I didn't realize this earlier, but this match started off as Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Daniel Bryan and Edge. This was a great match. I enjoyed it. It was intense from the start. They did a lot of crazy thing. Edge hit the execution over Jey Uso over the steel steps, took him out for quite a while to get him out of the picture. Roman Reigns power bombed. So Roman Reigns was standing on the lower half of the steel steps, power bombs Daniel Bryan through the announce table, and then immediately afterwards, Edge comes out of nowhere and spears Roman Reigns right off of the steps. That was a really good sequence. I really loved that. That was a good one. There was a sequence between Roman and Edge as well, where they both tried to spear each other and they both kind of took each other's shoulders out. That was an interesting one. One of the crazy ones too was that Edge had Roman Reigns in a crossface, but he was using a part of the steel chair to pump back on Roman Reigns' mouth here. And then Daniel Bryan got back into the ring and put him in a yes lock on the other side. So we had a double submission going on. Edge and Daniel Bryan both had a submission on Roman Reigns at the same time. There's a couple people that have pointed out that Roman Reigns tapped here. I didn't see it though. I didn't see it. I watched the replay video on the one that someone had, but the angle was not very good. The angle was not very good. Genesis, the Nexus stuff. Philip is just in love with the Nexus. There are no Nexus pictures. There aren't any. Philip just loves the Nexus. That's all. Mania says Roman's face during the crossface was gold. It was. Like, his eyes were perfect. Perfect. Warrior says Bryan headbutting Edge during the double submission was badass, but the camera work was nauseating. Yeah, that's what WWE does best. That's what they do best. And I was looking at the headbutts and I'm like, man, these are two guys that should not be headbutting each other. Should not be headbutting each other. This is crazy. Mike says, I was expecting but wouldn't be surprised if Brock came back. Not sure how it would have felt if it did cause on Heyman's involvement with Roman. Yeah, I did see that there was a couple people that thought that Brock would come back and cost Roman the match and that him and those two could have a feud. But I don't know, man. With WWE's money being secured, I don't know if there's room for Brock Lesnar anymore. Those big ass paychecks that they need to pay him, I'm not quite sure about all of that. So next up, we had another great moment here. Edge hit the concerto on Daniel Bryan. This was amazing. This was amazing. I was scared to be doing something like that on Daniel Bryan, but I was like, damn. Edge goes to hit the concerto on Roman Reigns, but Jey Uso returns and attacks Edge, and then Roman Reigns gets right back up, and then Reigns actually hits a concerto on Edge. Whew. 2 concertos, man. Yikes. On 2 people. Oh my God. Concerto to Daniel Bryan and a concerto to Edge. Brutal, man. Brutal. So after the concerto, Roman Reigns dragged Edge all the way over to the other side of the ring, threw him on top of Daniel Bryan, and covered them both to secure his Universal Championship. And still, James, I get it, bro. You gotta chill. You can't be spamming like that. You gotta chill. Gotta chill. Pins them both, though. Pins them both. What a great heel move. This match was fantastic. I loved it. I loved it. We needed this. We needed this match. This show was pretty lackluster throughout most of it. This show was not very good. This show wasn't half the show that night one was. Delight says, didn't Edge technically pin Bryan there? That's something that I was thinking about. That I was kind of worried. I was like, man, are they going to have... So beware of this, because I hope this doesn't happen. But technically, yeah, I think you're right. Technically, yes, I think you are right. So I hope they don't go down that angle where it's like Edge tomorrow or sorry, Edge on Friday comes out and he's like, oh, I'm so pissed off. Look at me. I'm on top of Daniel Bryan. 1, 2, 3. And then Roman Reigns got on. He's like, I'm the real champion. I need another shot. I swear to God. I hope they don't go that route. I hope they don't go that route with it. Warrior says both Edge and Bryan's shoulders were down, so I guess they get away with it. Fair enough. I mean, I'm fine with him pinning both of them. I think it was a great visual, especially, you know, for Roman being the ultimate heel that he is right now. I think it was fine. I just hope they don't go down that path with that angle. I don't want to see that. Mike says, yeah, I see a screwy finish storyline going into WrestleMania Backlash between Edge and Roman. It's typical WWE booking, man. I hope not. They could be listening. Oh, man, I hope they don't do it. Genesis says Edge wins at Backlash. Here's the thing. For me, if they plan on putting the title on Edge at Backlash, they should have just done it tonight. Tonight was supposedly the 10-year anniversary, like to the date that Edge had to retire. So if they're going to put the strap on him, it should have been tonight. It should have been tonight. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Kyle says, and then Uncle Ziggy comes out and screams, it should have been me. Yes. End of the show. Nexus picture. We'll do it tomorrow, Philip. We'll do it tomorrow, my friend. Raphael says, respectfully, that's where I disagree. The main event was fantastic. Riddle, Sheamus, Big E, and Cruz and KO versus Sami were all good, but were a lot of fun with both women's matches were good as well. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the show, man. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Trevin says, pardon my profanity, but how does Goldberg have Universal title reigns when he came back, but Edge can't? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe because he's a superhero. He's a true superhero. Mike says, I can predict their booking most of the time since I watched WWE from 2003 to now. They've become so predictable. A lot of the times, yeah. A lot of the times they are very predictable. A lot of the times. But you know what? That is going to do it for me. I'm over the allotted time that I wanted to be here tonight. I was hoping to end the show at about an hour and a half, but I got to go do some work, man. We got a new contract for a company here, so I got to start a marketing plan for them. I need to get on it. I need to have something to show them tomorrow, and it's almost 11 o'clock already. So, yeah. I got to get going, but thank you guys so much for tuning in, man. I greatly appreciate it. I had another great night here with you for WrestleMania. It's been amazing. We're not all the way done yet, though. We have Raw tomorrow. We have NXT on Tuesday. We have Dynamite on Wednesday. So I will be here for the next 3 nights as well. If you haven't already subscribed, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button as well. I would greatly appreciate it. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and we're getting close. We're getting close, man. We are getting so close. So anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for the super chats. I greatly appreciate all of you for spending your time with me. It is so good. Thank you guys so much. You guys are all headed to the moon. All right, I will see you guys on Monday night. Peace.